Oh, what'd you say?
I said that Alex has not been active as a family member for years. Now, Nick does better than Alex because he's very busy. He's got a full time job with children and everything. But Alex stays home all the time. But he's still, the only thing contact I've had with Alex of any substance was when Marla and I were talking. He called in and Marla fixed it so the three of us could talk. And he said he was so constipated that he couldn't stand it. So I sent him a bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
and evidently it worked. But he doesn't want to talk about it, of course. I don't either, really.
Yeah.
But that's the last I heard of him. And I didn't. He didn't even call me when he got the stuff. I had to call him to see if he got it.
Well, how long? This is Thursday. How long has it been since you talked to Nick?
I talked to Nick the day before yesterday.
So this is
He
Thursday
said
the 24th.
He said that he had to go to Poland because he couldn't afford to live there. He had to furnish Seiko with the car. It was absolutely necessary, and he had to have one, and he just didn't have the money for it. So,
Well, okay, let's settle that right now. Okay, first of all, you need a nice vehicle to drive here. You should have like yesterday we go to the doctor and um, but the main thing is that you're down to under $20,000 in the bank, right?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's right around there.
You mean that they have absconded with 20,000?
No. I'm saying your normal expenses. I mean, I don't keep up with your checkbook. I'm happy to help if you want, but you've always never really wanted me
I
to.
don't need anybody to help me.
Right, exactly. So, but Marla says you're somewhere under $20,000.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Well, with the Jeep being $18,000, that's that'll double your reserves. When I'm able to pay you for the Jeep, and I will be able to finance that Jeep long before you run out of money. But that's kind of the bottom line. Is if anything, if Nick needed a transportation for Seiko, so they could stay in the States, if that's actually what's happening, then I would suggest let him fly out here and give him the Mercedes.
It's too late. He's already signed the contract. I tried to stop him. And once they sign the contract, they're obligated. And
he never talked to me about it. I mean, last time I talked to him, that he said he'd come to work with the company if I got it going, and we are so close to getting it going. All I have to do is I'm going to meet with an accountant and set up a payment plan for the money that owed Tina.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for. That he
well,
can
also
come back
the
and
$100,000 for you and Ted, that covers the Durango and the money y'all lent me over the years and all that. But that's on the books. And that's getting ready to go into that's part of the business plan. Okay, looks like I owe Starflex interest on $25,000 and $50,000. I owe them interest on that. I owe Danny $70,000 plus interest on that. That's all in the books. Okay.
You owe Danny $70,000.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Mom, it's been a number of years, and Brian and I have been able to do it for.
Well, I don't understand what costs so much.
Well, it's just the cost of doing business. I had that warehouse in Griffin for a year, and that was $750 a month alone. And all the parts that we bought and all that stuff. I mean, it was, and I had to pay Dick a salary. I took a $500 a week salary for a while. I mean, you had to live. We had to be prepared to go into production.
Sure.
But we had all these failures with the pump and all that stuff. We've overcome all that. I mean, but the thing is that I mean, after meeting with everybody in the last few days, everybody is on point, ready to go. Tanner has numerous trucking companies that are ready to go, and Brian has got the design streamlined, and we still have 5 tanks we can put on trucks to test. But the actual production model is going to be more efficient. It's going to have a heater built into it. It's just a lot more precise. It looks like a piece of equipment that goes into a rocket ship. It's really amazing.
So you're telling me this because you think
we are going to market. I'll be
Nick
through with
can
Keena.
work with you.
Yeah,
But see, he can't rely on that. He's got to make
I
money
understand.
now.
I understand, but he look. I don't know. Nick doesn't talk to me, so I don't know what the situation is.
Well, the only situation was that Seiko absolutely had to have a car, and he just couldn't afford one.
Then why? I mean, it seems to me that somebody would have said, "Well, why doesn't Seiko drive the Mercedes? This Mercedes is a perfectly fine car."
Because that's my car. I want it. I could give her what the
Well, Nick could sell his
Duravo.
$45,000 truck and buy two
Honey,
new.
honey,
used-
I-
I just
why-
don't. I'm not going to buy into the bullshit that Nick has to move to Poland, away from the family, away from you, and everything else because he can't afford a car for Seiko when he drives a $45,000 pickup truck. He could go down and take that pickup truck and trade it in for two $15,000, $20,000 cars, even put a little cash back in his pocket and have perfectly reliable transportation.
Well,
So I'm not
maybe-
going to buy into the bullshit that he has to move to Poland because he can't have the Jeep. And he wants to take half of your assets. There's a
No,
fact
he
that
doesn't.
Mom, he wants the Jeep. The Jeep is half of what you own.
Oh, well,
It's just
I
math.
wasn't
You
counting
have
on the
20,000
Jeep to
you
get
have
me
20
through life. I have
Jesus
a
Christ.
pension every month that I'm going to live on. I'm going to live with Marla, and I don't have to have a
All
lot
right.
of
Well,
money.
I've said what I'm going to say, and we'll just let the chips fall where they may. But
What now?
I have said what I needed to say, so we'll just let the chips fall where they may. But to lay that on you,
Oh,
lay
it's-
that on us, is just I could stay in the States, Mom,
He
if I only
didn't
had the
lay
Jeep.
anything on me. He was very nice about it. He said, "Well, I have to go out of the States
Yeah.
because I just can't afford to live here." That's what
Okay.
he said. It wasn't like he was
He didn't come out
pointing.
and say to you, if I had the Jeep, I wouldn't have to move to Poland.
No, of course not. No, he didn't
Oh, well,
even.
Mom,
He
that's what you've
didn't
been telling
even.
me for months.
He didn't even intimate that. He just said he couldn't afford to live there. That he's been used to foreign countries where the prices are different, and he gets more money, a lot more money for living in a foreign country.
Okay.
And so he's just young and inexperienced.
Well, he
with
doesn't
my-
talk to me
he-
about anything. I mean, he
Why
doesn't.
should he?
Well, I'm his brother. He could call me and talk to me once in a while.
Well, same with you, honey. You could call him. But he just figured, the die was cast that you had to have the Jeep, and he couldn't. He wasn't trying to lay blame on me or guilt or anything. He just said, "Well, Mom," he said, "I just can't afford to live here." Just like that. Like it wasn't the car particularly. It was just everything.
Okay.
So,
Well, that does change everything because I thought Nick was hell bent on getting the Jeep and understanding that you only had $20,000 in the bank, and the Jeep, on top of the Jeep being a great, perfect test vehicle for everything that we're doing.
Well,
The
he
hard
doesn't
data
know.
going into the data that comes off of this Jeep is just invaluable. I told him, I said, let me get this done and I'll get the business rolling, and yet then you can have the Jeep. What that means after we've got your but of course this thing always takes longer than we expected. We're coming up on a year
It's
since.
just that they couldn't wait for another car because Seiko has to take the kids to school and pick them up, and there are special things for Harley, and that they were just in a bind.
Well, then why doesn't he take the truck that he's got and trade it for two cars? I mean, he's smart to
I
figure
don't
that out.
know. I don't know.
So for weeks now, I've
But
been hearing
it's
that
so
Nick
hard
is
on me when y'all come down hard on Nick. Nick doesn't have any brothers
Mom,
and sisters.
you're the one that made up the story that he says that if he had the Jeep, he wouldn't have to go to Poland.
That's what he said. I didn't make that
You
up.
just told me he never said that.
No, I didn't. I said that he didn't discuss it. But I didn't. We didn't mention that line. Yes, he did say that.
Okay. Well, enough about that. So, how long has it been since you talked to Alex?
What about Alex?
How long has it been since you talked to Alex?
Last time he had the problem, and that's a lot. Well, I've talked to him briefly about 2 minutes. I'll call him once in a while, but he never calls. He just, he's happy with the way his life is, and he just doesn't. Well, he's been trying to get a job too.
Has he?
Yeah, he studied this. I don't even understand what it is. It's some kind of code that they use in businesses now, and it's really hard to learn.
I know he told me all the stuff that he's been studying and everything he's been doing.
But you know, y'all have got to understand, Nick didn't grow up with brothers and sisters. He didn't have that, and so he's really an only child, and I think he's done pretty well for.
No doubt Nick's done well. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And
Well, he doesn't talk about y'all. He doesn't say ugly things. He doesn't.
Oh.
Well, if I just had the Jeep, I could have stayed here. But he did say, well, if I could have had the Jeep, you know, I probably could have stayed. But you know, it's all water over the dam now, or
Okay.
something like that. He wasn't casting blame.
Does he understand that you're down to $20,000? And
I have another bank account, you know. That's not the only one I've got. But what do I need money for? I get a thing every month. I don't need much money.
Well, Mom, if you live with Marla and it gets to the point where you know, Marla needs to hire somebody to come and be with you during the day while she and Michael are at work, then that's going to require some cash. That's just going to require some money. You know, they're probably going to make. You found just the
Is
right
Marla
person.
complaining about having me?
No, she's looking forward to it. She's excited about it, and I understand why they wanted to go to Europe. It's like, okay, we're having a baby, so let's get another travel thing, and then we'll have a baby, and we'll spend time with the baby, and then when the baby, and we can travel with the baby, we'll take the baby. So you know,
They're not having a baby.
No, I know, but it's like as if they were having a new person in the house that needs their attention. They can't just go off and leave you alone. You know, no more than they could.
Well, I've offered to come and stay with them while they go on trips or something like that. But he says, Mom, you couldn't handle Harley. And I say,
Oh, I understand. We're talking about Marla now.
Oh.
We're talking about Marla and
Marla has a good life.
Yeah. But
But
I understand. I'm just saying. I understand why they're going to take this trip to Europe because they don't know when they'll have the opportunity to go again.
They could go anytime. I've got friends I could go stay with.
I know.
No,
you don't really like hanging out at Jolly's too much.
I didn't mind it, but that was a little too long. It's just.
If we're going back to my original plan, that you spend a week a month at Jolly's house, that's something we can plan for. Y'all can make reservations at the senior center. You know.
I only go when she invites me.
Well, I know.
I'm not going to ask her if I can come there because that. Plus, Cindy's coming home.
Not until the end of February.
I know.
And I know it gets monotonous here. Now I've been home. I stayed home this week because it was important, and of course I had this.
I'm
wound
not
on my leg.
complaining at all. I appreciate your inviting me here to live so much.
That's. I wish we could figure out a way that you could be happier. I mean.
I'm not miserable. I'm just saying that I can. You know, everybody really is in charge of their own happiness. Once I get to a place where I can drive and I can get back in church and I meet people, I always meet people at church, and I can make some friendships. And I've got Marla, who's a girl, and we get along beautifully. We always have. And I've got you to here, but you've got Ho. And when Ho comes home, that's the end of us, you know. And that's natural. I'm not complaining.
Well, we've been up since 5:30. She gets home at 3:30,
I know.
and
I'm
so
not complaining one bit.
we have dinner at the table. Most
No,
nights.
you have been.
Wasn't that fish
been.
good last night?
Huh?
Wasn't that fish good last night?
I had a piece about that. Baby.
I know exactly how much you had, but I offered you more. You didn't want it. You didn't like it.
I'm not a big fish person.
You like small fish.
Well,
Those were small fish.
It looked like a minnow.
They were perch. They were delicious.
Oh.
They were delicious. And you didn't have any bone in your meat at all, did you?
I don't know. I
No.
just picked at the meat. I don't.
Yeah.
But I have really, really appreciated your having me here, and you've been wonderful to me, and I've really enjoyed. My gosh, it's been years and years since I've been with you, so I just can't believe that I've had this opportunity, and
I think it's a precious opportunity. I mean, we've actually had more time to spend together than a lot of people do. You know, I lived with y'all in '97 for a while, and You know, there had been. I always wanted to live nearby, and so I would come to Mississippi or to, you know, work on the house to stay for extended periods of time.
Well,
You
I
know,
did
I always
have
enjoyed
that, but you worked a lot, and you know it wasn't the same as being here.
Yeah,
When
but it was nice having dinner in the morning,
oh,
having breakfast, and having meals together, and then
yeah,
seeing as the house comes together. I get pictures occasionally, and I got a picture of the house the other day. It was is when the shutters were yellow, and then y'all decided you didn't want the yellow shutters, you wanted green shutters. So I took all the shutters back off, painted them all green, and put them back on. And you're all right. It did look a lot better. But with the yellow door and the green shutters, I think that was perfect. I think that worked out. You know, I still have that door.
good.
Save that door.
I'm glad. And
had
it
about
just was all destroyed.
10 layered. No, the door is good.
Well, I mean, our life there.
Well,
We were so stupid to live. We should have rebuilt on that lot. But you know, if they would just give you your check when something like that happens right away, you could make intelligent
but you can't
decisions.
go back and change anything, so there's not really much sense in talking about it. It was pretty profound things that happened that brought you here. And
No,
Ted died here with his family, and
but he had a colonoscopy appointment the very next month.
Yeah.
We had one of those. I never can remember the name of those doctors, but we had one, and we both were going regularly for checkups.
Yeah.
And they would have caught it, and he might still be alive.
It may be.
Well,
But,
the whole idea of leaving Corinth was stupid. I just panicked.
Well,
We didn't know what to do.
You
And the
didn't really
reason,
have anywhere else to go, Mom. You had to go. You put your stuff in storage, and you went and stayed with
yeah,
Marla.
our insurance agent said, "You want me to find you a rental?" And the only reason I said no is because I knew two girls that had come there to live, and they had gotten rentals, and they had palmetto bugs.
Yeah.
But heck, I had palmetto bugs too.
Yeah.
I should have just said yes. Find us a rental.
And then what? What if?
Well, then we would have either built on that lot or bought another house. We would have had plenty of. We got over $100,000.
The if you could look back and turn back time, and what would have been the absolute best investment would have been buying that house for $127,000 in Kate's neighborhood, and lived right there in town, where you're close to everything, close to Jolly, right down this. You could walk to church. You know, you had Kate and her family, and Kevin and his family, and me, and John was there. Everything, and you could have bought that house, and you could have made a lot of money on that house.
What house?
This was a house on I can't remember the name of the road. It's between Sherwood Plaza and where Kate lives. Nice little side street there that CJ had listed, and
Well, nobody suggested that to me. And plus, the houses were high. It wasn't a good time to buy. It was a good time to
that house
sell.
for $127,000. It actually sold for like $289.
Well, nobody even suggested that.
Well, that was
to
a
me.
long time ago, Mom. I'm just saying. There's no sense in going back and saying you wish you could have done this.
No,
the fact
everybody
is that
can say that.
you landed here, and everything is.
Well, is Marla upset about my coming?
No, she's excited about you coming. She's
Well,
excited
her
about it.
voice sounded kind of harried or something.
Oh, we were talking about the money that bad check thing.
Oh.
Yeah, you got the money back for that, and the thing is, you cannot close that account without Marla being there. Both are all signed on it, so you'll have to wait till you and Marla get down to Florida, and you can close that account.
Well, it's got a hard stop on
Right.
it.
There's nothing that can be done with that account. There's nothing.
Well, I want an account like I have to get home money, and I don't know how much I owe her, but.
Well, I think y'all settled on $10, and I have $10 cash. I have in my wallet. And you can get that. Give that to her, and everything be square. She doesn't want the money. It's just she knows it would feel better, and I asked her to accept it, so she did. So it's really all kind of funny. But,
You asked me to what?
She doesn't want the money, but you were pretty adamant about it, and Ho realized that you would be happy if she would just accept the $10 for the wine, and then that would get that off of your plate, and so she agreed to do that, and she's gonna go buy grapes and make more wine for you. She actually has a starter going on it. So.
I was so embarrassed when I found out I had drunk up her wine. I think I'm an alcoholic.
The funny thing is there was another bottle a couple of months ago that was like a fish sauce, that she was brewing, fermenting and all that, and yeah, it's.
Well, you think I might have gotten?
Oh,
that
I know
tried
you did. I know you did.
Oh, but I didn't do that.
You drank that, and
I
I asked you how it was. I guess you felt guilty, like I didn't drink that. I didn't drink that, but we know you did. But it wasn't wine. It was something.
Oh no, I
fish.
couldn't have drunk
Yeah.
fish sauce.
I know, but you did.
No, I didn't.
Okay, well,
I did not
maybe you
drink
thought it was bad,
anything.
just poured it out. I don't know, but anyway.
I didn't drink anything.
So we're gonna
like
keep
that.
plenty of wine in the house to make sure you don't go on the hunt for something that may not be good for you. But no, it was all taken in fun, Mom. It's really, you have nothing to worry about.
Oh, when
You have
I get
nothing
to
worry about.
Florida, I'll join.
When you get to the Florida.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Right. Hey, John.
Actually, I crave it because I'm so nervous, and it calms me down. That's the only reason I drink. I don't think that's really being an alcoholic, because I can go without it. If I don't have it, I don't go berserk or anything, or get on the phone and beg you to bring me some alcohol. So I don't really think I'm an alcoholic.
I try to head it off at the pass, I try to make sure you have something here. I don't want you to be sitting here jonesing because you're so anxious and wound up that if you just had a little glass of wine, you could chill out. I'm not going to put you in that
We
position.
bought some yesterday. Where is that?
It's under the cabinet in there.
Okay, because I might want some later on.
Yeah, well, it's always there for you.
Gosh,
It's always there for you.
ears. I have to.
That's what I have to do. Did you? Oh, while we're sitting here, let me get that pad, and we'll put you up on that for your foot. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I don't think I did take that. I don't think so. Or did I? Or did I? Oh, I see. I
Okay, can you sit down?
put water up here. Well, I guess I did take it. This Marla just told me to take that.
Yeah. Well, let's just sit you down and put your feet on this for 15 minutes.
Well, let me go get my glasses so I can see.
I'll get them for
Keith.
you.
Hmm.
I'll get them. This thing's already on. It's counting down, so let's just get on it. If we do this twice a day, it definitely helps your foot. You tell me your foot feels better each time we do this.
What does it do for you?
It's the electrostimulation that goes through your bare feet, and it stimulates your
Corpuscles?
nerves. Yeah, all that. It just gets it kind of clears it out. Sure helps me a lot. You say it helps you, so. Well, I hope Alex doesn't have too hard of a time getting a job. He should be plenty qualified, and there are plenty of people. The field's wide open in IT or whatever it is he's wanted to do, specialize in some area.
Alex?
Yeah.
Well, it'd be nice if y'all would talk sometime. I mean,
Well, I pissed him off. We have a little group text with the four of us, and I put a link up to that movie, that Jim Caviezel movie. I can't remember the name of it now. It's about the abducted kids, and I just asked them what they thought about the movie, and everything exploded. It's like, we don't talk about politics on here. This is not about politics. This is about missing children. And anyway, it was too much. And
he is so funny. He will say pointed remarks to another Democrat right in front of you, but you're not supposed to ever talk about politics. He'll do it just to drive his point home.
Well, he'll bait me on Facebook. He'll put something derogatory up about Trump, and I don't even pay attention to it. It's kind of embarrassing when they find out what actually is going on, and they were rooting for the bad guys the whole time, and Trump was the one person that had the experience that could actually save the world. And I'm not being facetious. That's if we let our freedoms go, if we let, what they're doing in Maui?
No.
they are using direct energy weapons and burning this land that the natives didn't want to sell, and they want to turn Maui into an island, a 15-minute island. You don't have to go anywhere any longer than 15 minutes to get whatever you want. They're trying to do the same thing in Chattanooga. All electric. It's just. But all these homesteads that have been on Maui forever, they're torching them, burning them down because the people wouldn't sell out. Oprah Winfrey's been over there buying up. She's bought like 800 acres or more of Maui in the last couple of years, and everything burned except right around her places. It's amazing. And other people like Julia Roberts and Morgan Freeman and a bunch of people own these mansions over there, and the fires are all around them, but none of their stuff gets hurt. And it's actually like a combination microwave laser type of thing that just goes in and fries anything in its path.
Well, I knew they'd been having fires over there.
Well, it's the same thing in Paradise, California, and the same thing up in Canada. They had it's horrific. I mean, it's like something out of a Saturday morning cartoon.
Well, what can they do about it?
Well, you have to get the right people in place that can control the military. I mean, it's...
Well, the whole thing has fallen apart under Biden. I mean, if they can't see that.
Biden's just a face man. He doesn't have the brains to do something like
I
this.
know, but
every time they indict Trump, these got now 4 indictments, but what it's going to do is it gives them the chance to go to court and present the evidence that the election was stolen. They set themselves up like a bowling pit. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, it'd be kind of nice to have Megan and Alex come down for a visit sometime. We have the room. Kate has a really nice air mattress that we could put in that bedroom back there, and they could come down and
Well, I'd love to see them, but if you're going to have them, honey, you better make it quick.
well, that's what I'm thinking. If you're going to be, we have
I
the
don't
room
know if
here.
they
That
do
Marla
it.
doesn't have the room in Florida, and Florida's a 6-hour drive beyond where we are. And I was thinking that we should see if they can come down sometime.
Actually, they could stay in the room I'm going to be in if they came for a visit, and I could just sleep on the couch,
This couch?
in the den.
This one here. This couch. This couch.
Well, no, I'm not
This
saying.
folds out.
I'm not. Oh, I was talking about Marla not having them.
They came in March. Well, I'd love to see Alex too, though.
Yeah, that's right. There, you got room after I leave for 4 people.
No, right now, before you leave, is what I'm getting at. Sometime in the next month, it'd be great for Marla and Megan, for Alex and Megan to come down and stay for as long as they want.
Why don't you call him and ask him?
Yeah, I will.
Or they could just stay without me being here. I would love to.
No, the whole plan is to have you together. Maybe it'd be nice if it was towards the end of, right before Marla comes here. That way Alex and Megan can come here, be here for a period of time, and then Marla comes for a couple days, but then takes you back to Florida.
I could give them the room I'm in, and I could sleep here.
We could do that, but then Marla would need a place to stay too. So I'm saying that Kate has a really nice queen-size air mattress that she has no use for, that we could put it in that 3rd bedroom back there and make it an extra bedroom. So Marla and Alex and Megan can all visit at the same time. We could all spend some time together here before you leave and go to Florida. I think it would be a great idea.
Are we gonna?
For your birthday. Let's have Alex and Megan come down for your birthday. That'd be great.
Marla's getting in on my birthday. She's getting to the airport here.
Yeah.
On my birthday, and she suggested that we all go down and meet them at the airport and have a drink or something.
She's coming to the airport here?
Yeah,
Yeah. They don't let you just get off the airport. You gotta continue on your, there's a term for it, I don't remember what it's called, but it's when you have a stopover in another city that you actually want to go to, So.
Well, I don't know why they're doing that.
Yeah, they won't let them off here. You have to buy a separate ticket and arrange for that. You can't. Even if you have carry-on luggage, you can do it, but they'll flag you and ban you from the airline again if you want to fly, which I'm sure they don't want to do that. But well, I'll read that by Marla and see what she thinks, and I guess maybe she can communicate with Alex and see.
Well, from what I could hear of her voice, she sounded kind of strained or something. Is there some problem?
No.
Oh.
Just that missing check. which you've been reimbursed for, but she has to get the police involved now. And
I thought they found all that.
they got them. They got your money back in your account, okay? And no more checks can hit that bank or the debit card or anything. I guess you could go there in person and withdraw money, you know, but they're not. The account has a freeze on it, but because Marla signs on that account, you can't actually completely close it. Like, say, if you wanted to go to the bank and close that account and put your cash in another bank, all in one bank, right now, for some reason, you can't do
Well,
that.
then when she comes here, I'll close it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, or you'll do it.
I definitely don't want that anymore.
Yeah, yeah. So it was upsetting thinking about that missing check, and that's what she was talking about. She didn't really, you know, she went down to the police department like the website told her to do, but then she got down there and they said, oh no, we'll just have somebody come out to your house. And you know, Marla's like, well, that's not what it says on the website. And they say, well, we know, we're sorry, you know, whatever. So that's what Marla has to do to take care of that. And,
Oh, she's such a good girl.
yeah, she's also going to make arrangements for you to have that procedure where they put that implant in there, so you don't need catheters anymore.
I know.
And that's what you need to do, Mom. That's gonna.
I didn't understand what that was all about, and I just didn't want to go through another thing for nothing.
Yeah.
You know, if there's a chance for that, then I'll do it. But
Well, that's what she's going to do, and I'm going to get you into the INT. How are your ears this morning?
they're about the same.
They seem a lot better. You couldn't hear me at all yesterday.
Oh yeah, they're much better from the day before yesterday. It was day before yesterday I was stone deaf, but I've got to do the treatment. I haven't done it yet.
Okay. We did your right ear yesterday with the earplug, and then I got on the phone for 45 minutes. And you came outside. I guess you had all you could take, but then now we need to do the other side. Put the drops in there. Put the earplug in there. And did you feel like when you did stand up? Yeah, when you did stand up, did you feel the eardrops come out of your ear? Okay, you haven't felt that before, have you?
No.
I don't think you were getting enough of the fluid in there to make it.
Well, you know,
your ear canals are really tiny.
I know.
And I had to pull your ear out and drop it in there a few drops at a time until it filled up. Then I just gently pushed that earplug in there. That the way it has a fins on it, it kind of locked it in place. It's a nice earplug, isn't it?
Just the things that I would like to have sizable or tiny. Like, well, I won't say, but.
Okay. Well, we can have that. We can have that vegetarian pizza for lunch today if you'd like.
Okay.
You got the other day?
You're not going anywhere?
No.
Well, that's nice.
No, I've got work to do right here, and I'm going to make an appointment with a CPA that is familiar with the business and put together a plan that I can take care of all this and have it nice and squeaky clean and not have to worry about a thing. So, yeah, you know, I talked to Tanner yesterday, and Tanner's ready to go. He's just chomping at the bit, waiting for a doser, you know, and so we're gonna. He's lining up multiple trucking companies that want to put this in test. And we have to be ready to what they call scale, and you go from this to this really quickly.
Yeah.
You know, and it's going to be so exciting, you know, to
Well, you know, if things go well and there's a place for Nick, he could always come back.
yeah.
And he just.
And I'll keep the Jeep in good shape. When I get this bypass filter on it and get the other equipment that I'm going to put on there, it'll be a Jeep that'll last forever. And so if he goes to Poland and he comes back, then the Jeep's all taken care of. So here's the Jeep, you know. But we'll be in a position to where, you know, if we'll cash out of the Jeep, I'll borrow the money on the Jeep and give you that $18,000, and then you'll have extra money to live off of. I mean, who knows? The tanks can take off and go really quickly, and it'll be a moot point. Yeah. But at this part of the game, there are a lot of diesel pickup trucks and passenger cars and Jeeps, you know, things like that. There are a lot more than I really realized. Yeah. And but Tanner's been working on doing some testing on doing a filtration system for the transmission as well, and.
You know, I think it would be a big help if you would call Nick and talk to him, because I think he's hurt and doesn't understand. And if you could just explain it to him, and that, it's so close now, and everybody's going to profit from it, and he could have, if things go as you expect him to, he could have a great job, and he wouldn't have to worry about anything.
I'd love for him to move over here and that everybody be part of their family. I think that would be awesome.
Well, I do too.
And but Ellie, even moving to Huntsville is still, okay. Huntsville's what, 3 hours away?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot better, but see them sometimes. But as far as being able to be a part of their lives and watch Harley and Herschel grow up with the other kids too. I mean, I just Nick shook hands on it. He said, if I get the tank going, business going, there's a room for him, and I guarantee you there will be. I mean, he'd be a part of it, which he should be. That's his dad's legacy, but I can only push so far. I lay the information out there, and it's like I told Alex. I said, I really need your help, and you could start up, what and maintain the website, rebuild the website, Marla, and then get one system after another. I saw him set up a point of sale system on a computer at Atlanta Bread Company, or in Arizona Bread Company, and then he knows how to program something like that. You have a software to take care of the books,
Mm-hmm.
for the business. It includes labor, includes all parts and sub-assemblies and purchasing. The whole 9 yards is laid out on one set of software, and Alex could set that up beautifully. I know it's right up his alley, and he was okay. Well, let's see how it goes, But then, he was kind of stressing when I talked to him last about having to get a job and everything. I said, well, Alex, this is the way it is. If you want to come and be a part of this, the door's wide open for you. It's actually not something he would have to do here. He could stay right in Chicago and do it. It's all a computer. It's like Ho's daughter Tran is in Portland, Oregon, working for a company right here in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
She stays busy. She's coming next month, by the way.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she's coming sometime in September.
Is she going to stay here?
Yeah.
When is she coming?
I never did get the date exactly, but she's going to be here for a couple of days, which will be great.
Well, I hope I'm out of here by that time.
No, I think you'll be here.
Well, where is she going to sleep?
Well, we have an extra bedroom back there. We'll set up that mattress back there, and or she could sleep with Ho, and I can sleep on the couch. Either way, but Kate's got this air mattress. She's never used it. She said we could use it. So
are we going to ask them for dinner?
Kate's trying to figure out her schedule this weekend. She's going to let me know.
Oh.
Yeah, she knows about it. She just hasn't been able to confirm yet. So, yeah, I can't wait to see her. She seems really happy with Ty in Portland. They have a nice life. She sends us pictures of her fishing, and then she cooks the fish and sends us pictures of her garden and the vegetables she grows in the garden and everything.
Who?
Tran, Ho's daughter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hey, let's go outside for a minute before it gets too hot.
They're hard workers.
Yeah. Let's go outside for a minute. Oh, you're still on that. No, you're done. You're done.